Hi guys, welcome along to another video. Now, you remember this? Well, it now looks like this. Right, and there it is. I've used it this morning. It is a bit slipperier than the old stuff, but whether that will just, once the sheen gets taken off it a bit, it hasn't come off on my hands yet, so fingers crossed. So all I need to do now with the Belvoir Castle Land Rover show coming up is try and get a black cubby box. That's my next part on the shopping list, but this saved myself 200 quid from having it redone so far. I'm not saying it's going to last, but you know, initially I'm happy. Right, so back in the workshop. Oh, I haven't put the other lights on yet, just realised. I haven't got the rear hub back yet. I've just popped in there this morning and they've still not done it, so yeah, so this will have to sit here for now. So what I need to do, the Land Rover show coming up this weekend, I need to get the caravan out, and I've got a guy coming tomorrow to carry on painting it, seal the bathroom up, etc. So I need to pull that out. I'm going to move a few things around in the barn and put a few cars in the empty spaces that I've currently got. Yeah, ready for this week basically. I need to charge the battery in the caravan and blah, 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 blah. Make sure I've got things. So anyway, I'm going to get on moving a few bits about, and then we'll come back hopefully when that's either the bit's done for that or I've got something else to show you. So I'll be back shortly. Right, I've brought this in. You saw me put a new transfer box in this before, but it has not been able to be sold, or it hasn't sold, let's put it that way. So I'm taking a few bits off for the owner. He wants the front bumper and the rear NATO hitch thing. And then, yeah, we'll do something else with it. But I just thought I'd bring it in while I'm waiting on bits for the Freelander. So let's get them bits off. Right, it's been a couple of days. I went on went Tuesday morning to the garage to see if they'd done the wheel bearing. Still not. Hung around a bit, they had a go. They couldn't do it. So they had it since Friday and couldn't do it. And then obviously I picked it up Tuesday. So that's quite a bit of time it's been sat there. So then Tuesday, I had a chap here doing some more work on the caravan, a bit of carpentry and painting. And then yesterday, which was Wednesday, I had a bit of a shifty around preparing for next week. Done a couple more bits on that disco, just undoing some body mounts and things and getting some extra bits off. And then, yeah, now we're on Thursday morning. I've got the wheel hub back. Yesterday morning, I took it to another place half an hour away or 45 minutes away that had the necessary tool to do it. And then I had to go back yesterday afternoon to collect it. So, yes, we've got it. So it's time to refit it. So let's get cracking. Right, test driving the Freelander. So far, so good. There's a bit of brake noise where I think they've just got a bit grotty over the last few days. But we're up to 30 now. And the whine has completely gone, so happy with that. So I can put this away for the weekend, and then I'll probably get it out on the road after the show this weekend and have a few days in it just to make sure everything's all right. But yeah, we haven't got the noise anymore. Lovely. Right, fairly early start. We are hitched up and ready to head to Belvoir Castle. So let's get on the road. Well, we made it. No problems other than getting pulled by the police and DVSA on the way, but they had a quick check, said I'm perfectly legal and good to go, and they sent me on my way. So yeah, no problem at all. So we got here, everything was happy, so we're here for hopefully a good weekend. Hello, right, it's Monday again. I think this is going to be on the end of last week's because nothing much happened last week. We are back from Belvoir Castle from the Land Rover International Show. Great weekend as always with good friends. We made a couple of purchases. Hang on. First off was this rear door in black. It's a TD5 one. I was going to buy a brand new one from the people I got my front doors from, but it was about £350 plus all the bits that go with it. I managed to secure this one on the Friday night, or Friday afternoon actually, while he was emptying his truck out. I gave 80 quid for it, which is nothing for a rear door. It's in fairly good nick. It's got a few little bits on it, but you know, it's not bad at all. It's got rear wiper motor, all the covers. It's got the third brake light, the heated screen. It has got pretty much everything that I wanted to get anyway. So yeah, I mean, the rear window's been sealed in, not fantastically, but we can always attend to that if we need to. So yeah, so for 80 quid, that was nothing. Obviously I've got to take the bars off, because we'll end up having a swing away wheel carrier on there. We won't be able to put my big wheel on there, but other than that, I'm happy there. That was the first purchase. The next one was some TD5 front headlight surrounds with the vents in. They were a £5 each, which was acceptable. Can't really get things much cheaper than that. And I might have pre-ordered something with a company called Exmoor Trim. Now, if you know Exmoor Trim, you might know what that's going to be, but I'll come back to that in the future once it's 100%. I've got to speak to them tomorrow about what I want. So anyway, that's that. So in here today so far, before we get on to here, sorry, I did break down technically on the way home actually last night. I was going along, I heard a big bang. Wasn't quite sure what it was. Had a little look around, couldn't see anything. Like while I was driving, because obviously I was on a dual carriageway on the A1, and then realised my air tank pressure, was 0. So obviously a pipe had burst. So we pulled over. My friend was behind me. We pulled into a lay-by. I took the dash out. Well, took the covers off the dash to have a look. Couldn't find anything there. And then realised it was the main feed from the tank to the dashboard, but it had popped outside the car. I think I'd just come up quite a steep hill, so I was pulling quite hard with a caravan on the back, so it got quite hot under the engine bay, and I think the pipe probably got a bit warm and just let go. So anyway, I think the pipe had obviously warmed up because it got slightly oversized, so I couldn't just cut it and put a joiner in. So I had to replace it. So I removed the pipe off the breather that went up from the axle up to the snorkel. So I took that off and rerouted that temporarily. I'm going to have to pull the dash apart and rerun new hose. So I'm going to get some ordered. But yeah, so that was that. Anyway, we got home, no problem at all. So back in here, I need to do some work on this. So what I've done is I've pulled the blue shell back in off of the trailer where it's been stored, got it on the dollies dangerously. I mean, it's all right on the back, but the front, oh dear. Normally I put my trolley on the second set of body mounts, but as you can see, they disappeared, so that didn't last. And then I went to put it on the front ones, and as you can probably see, it's twisted and bent up. This is really weak, and it's split it here, so it weren't going to rest on there. So I literally just had to get a bit of wood under there quickly and just rest it like that, just to hold it. Now I need to pull this, I need to pull that out, pull this over there, and then get this on the lift, because we're going to remove the body. It should be almost ready to go, bar a couple of things in the engine bay. Because obviously I need to drive it onto here, so I couldn't disconnect things. So yeah, so that is the plan for this afternoon. So let's get cracking. And something else, I forgot, sorry. I bought an ITG air filter for the TD5. There was a company that apparently were on show at Belvoir Castle, but they're shutting down. So they're clearing off their stock. So normally these are about 40 quid plus VAT. I got this for 20 quid. So I need to fit that on the Defender as well. And hopefully it might breathe a bit easier. So yeah, I forgot about that. Anyway, back to the plan. And there we are. As you saw, the body is off. So now we can do some work on the chassis. And then we can do some work on the body without the chassis underneath it. And then, yeah, we can crack on with that. So tomorrow's Tuesday, I'm not here, but Wednesday I'll move this over to this side and I'll start doing the work out the way, and I'll stick the body probably on the trailer. So then it's sat there out the way and I can crack on. So that's it for today. Okay, so I've been offered this Transit. I've been lusting after this Transit for a few years. One of my neighbours has owned it. He completely restored it a few years ago. It had a new engine, everything was replaced, new suspension, it's got coilovers on it, ST kit, as you can see. It's not actually an ST van, but it's had so much money spent on it. Everything was brand new. The whole underside is raptored. It is a nice van, but he doesn't use it now. He sold it once and then bought it back. And I am very tempted as a daily. I've got to be honest. It'd be so handy to have a decent sized van. If we sell the turbo van and a few other bits and pieces, we can probably afford it. Anyway, so as you can see, tinted lights, ST kit. It has got a dent in the bonnet. Ignore the state of it. It has been sat for quite a while. ST wheels with drilled and grooved discs on the front. Unfortunately, it has got a cracked side skirt, and the paint's a bit crap along here because the previous owner, not my friend, the one in between my friend and possibly me, had removed the rubbing strips and it's damaged the paint, but the rubbing strips are with it, so they go back on. The rear again is on drilled and grooved discs. It's got new tyres on it. We've got the ST step and bumper. Obviously on a 59 plate. It does need a good polish. Obviously a glazed side door, as you can see, but it is a smart looking van, and I just think it would be really handy to have one, and then, as I say, use it as a daily. Let me show you the inside. Right, again, it does need a good clean because it's been sat about, and obviously various coffee stains, but that all needs a good wash down and a clean. It's got a nice big head unit in it, 6-speed, it's got cruise, you know, it's quite a nice van, heated screen, blah de blah de blah. So yeah, I don't know. The only issue with the engine management light's on at the minute, so I'm about to plug it in and see what that is. And the brake warning light is on. Apparently the sensor's a bit crap, so let's plug it in and see what it says. Right, so the codes we have are 3 engine, 1 instrument panel, EGR. So the EGR has got a fault. Okay, and what's the other one? Oh, brake lining wear sensor. We knew about that anyway. So yeah, so it says EGR fault. So I don't know whether it's been removed and that's the problem or what, but we'll have to investigate that. But I'll try and clear them. Clear codes. Right, and we'll see whether the light is still on when we restart it. Right, so under here, as you can see, nice new radiator. We've got new engine mounts, new alternator, new turbo. So apparently it was a new engine when he built it. So it's all fairly nice in here. Obviously it's had another fuse box in it because that's got writing on it. But look, the coolant is brand new, filters. This is a really nice van. It needs a damn good clean up, but yeah, I think it is a lovely, lovely van. So just got to make the decision really and pull the trigger. But yeah, I like it. Let me know what you think. Well, the EGR light's gone off with it running. Obviously the brake light's still on, but we know that. But yeah, the EGR's gone off, so we'll have to investigate that. Might need a bit of a clean out as it's been sat for a while, but yeah. Decisions. Okay, so busy day today. Got the chassis pretty much stripped. So I've got to get the steering box and the bump stops off, and drain the tank. And then, yeah, we got obviously all the axles off, all the suspension off. The other axles over there. The engine, gearbox and transfer box are there. So yeah, quite a successful day today. Tomorrow, we need to get the side seals, tree, rock slider things, off the shell because they've been welded to the box section chassis. So that's going to be a fun day tomorrow. But anyway, we'll look at that in the morning. For now, I'm knackered. I'm going home. Right, with the disco done and dusted, we've got the Cortina back in because the Powerflex bushes have arrived. So we can get them fitted and then get this back to the customer because I must have had it a fortnight now. Be glad to see the back of it. No malice meant. Right, I'll get on. Okay, the new bushes are in, both sides. Obviously it's going to need to go for tracking because that sort of pulls the arm back and forth. So yeah, I can now go and drop this back to the customer, and that's another one done. Okay, so close of play Friday. I've been doing a few odds and sods this morning, took me down shopping, but I need to get this door stripped down because I'm away next week doing training for a new job. So I need to strip this down and leave it with a painter to get it, well, painted. So let's start stripping it apart. I think it's just, this is just held on with a load of Phillips. The covers are held on with Phillips. So we'll see what we're left with once that comes off. Right, with the spare wheel holder off and the door stripped of parts, that has now gone off to the paint shop. That endeth another week, or actually 2 weeks in this video, but anyway. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share. There won't be a video next week because I'm away doing something, but I will tell you all in the video after that. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share. Have a cracking weekend, and I'll see you soon. Ta-ra, guys.